All right, so it is February 2021, and I'm Cassie Viella, local realtor, property manager, and investor here in San Antonio. Here's our biweekly COVID update. So it seems to have kind of leveled off. So we're still in severe warning, but it's no longer increasing. That's why it's a steady there. So that's, I guess, good news. But you can see how much that increase has happened since the holidays started, of course. People don't seem to be taking any precautions as a result of this spike, though. Schools are still meeting, and it just kind of seems like everybody's tired of quarantining. So that's probably going to keep going up, unfortunately. And then here's the link, of course, to help struggling tenants. San Antonio has a really good website for finding grants and things that can help you with rent. So, alrighty, on to the market data. So here's our showings per week. It looks like we've had an increase from the beginning of January, which is totally expected because of the holiday. It's expected that the last couple weeks of the year and the first week of the new year are going to be very, very low showings. It's picked up since then. It does look a lot lower than this week last year. However, I still think that that's more of a result of fewer homes being listed on the market and not exactly that there are fewer buyers because, this is very anecdotal and I apologize, but just from every price range that I've been helping buyers in this past couple weeks, it's just been really, really wild. So I don't see it slowing down at all. And that's every price range from rentals and then from like investor $100,000 homes all the way up to $600,000 homes are having multiple offers. So it's just kind of all over the place. So here's the rental showings. And again, anecdotal, I know, but rentals seem to be flying as they normally do. I've had some clients that it's been really difficult to find a rental because they're just going really quickly. So it does look slightly lower than last year, but there's no need to worry about the rental market at all. The days on market are still really, really low. And then here's our weekly home sales, and we're still kind of in that holiday slump down there. So these, you have to remember that the date of the sale is always going to be, a month or so after people are looking. So if we go back a month, that's Christmas week. And so that's why it's kind of lower than the rest of the year. But I expect it to start ticking up pretty soon here. And then here's the median price that seems to kind of have leveled out a bit. This is the median price for all of the San Antonio MLS. So you can see this just drastic climb over 2020. I love to see charts and data just because we, here in the market, everybody can feel like, oh my gosh, what's happening? It's going crazy. But it's nice to look at the numbers and say, yes, verifiably it is increasing rapidly. We do have this decline, which is the first decline in over a year. So it is significant. Maybe I'll go back and look and see if last January there was a similar decline, stretch that chart out longer. And so here's our new listings. So this is good news. We have more coming on the market. I know that in my business, I've had a lot of people just regular people, not investors, calling me to list their homes. It seems like a lot of people are wanting to list their home and move up in home because they are basically tired of their homes after living in them for a year. So that's kind of the trend that I've seen. So I can see the spring market seems like it's really getting off to a strong start, which would be great because we desperately need a lot more homes in the market because it's just a feeding frenzy, every new one that comes on right now. So here's your pending sales. Again, what I said about Christmas and Thanksgiving, you can kind of see why the decline would be happening. But I would expect that to start increasing as the spring market hits off. And then here's the median days on market. So you can see where we were already really low days on market. 60 days is already pretty quick. And we just over this past year have gone lower and lower and lower. And what's really surprising to me the most is the orange line, because I know that, last year about this time, that was kind of the story. Like, if you want to buy, if you want to sell your home and it's under 250,000, it's going to go immediately. There's going to be a lot of competition for it. But if it's over that, it's not, and it's going to be really slow. But even that really high price range has come down a lot. And like I said, even in the really, really expensive homes, there's competition. They're going really fast. So that's just kind of interesting to me anyway. And the blue line, the 99,000 or less, there's not very many of those. So I really should just probably even take that line off, because I feel like that, it's skewed because it has small numbers. I'm really interested the most in the green line and the light blue line, which are kind of the investor bread and butter, first time home buyer segment, all of that. And you can see how those are flying right now. Price per square foot going up over time, kind of along with the median price.